Hi everyone, this is Ann-Marie from Northside Gym. Today I wanted to introduce you to ELDOA Method, which is a different way to stretch. It's mostly some stretching for your spine that we will perform today. I'm going to show you three different ELDOA. ELDOA is a French acronym. It stands for Longitudinal Osteoarticular Decoaptation Stretching, which can seem like a very complicated words, but it's basically a posture that you will take that will allow a decompression between vertebrae into your spine. So imagine that those two fists are two of your vertebrae. So when you're going to do an ELDOA, you're just going to open up the space between between that joint. So that's going to help your disc, your intervertebral disc, to rehydrate, to get nourished, to get a new fresh liquids in it, and decompression will happen as well. So if you feel stiff from your neck, from your thoracic spine or lumbar spine, those will be very beneficial to you. If anytime during one of the stretching you feel pain, just stop and make sure you kind of confirm with your physio or doctor that those exercises are appropriate to you. The best moment to perform your ELDOA would be right before you go to bed, or after a workout would be a good idea to do it too. So don't do it in the morning. So if you do it, use a firm floor. So just make sure you don't do the ELDOA into your bed, for example. And yeah, so 30 to 60 seconds, ideally it's 60 seconds depending on your experience. You might not be able to hold the posture for 1 minute at the beginning, but that's normal. So I'm going to show one exercise, one stretching for the neck, one stretching for the thoracic spine, and one for the lumbar spine. And keep in mind that each of the detail is very important for those ELDOA, so listen to the cues and the direction for the stretching and try to apply them as the best as you can. If you have a camera with you, it's really good idea to film yourself so you can actually see yourself after, see if your spine is very straight. Or if you have somebody with you, you can have somebody looking at your spine and just telling you, okay, try to adjust your neck, for example, pull your chin back, or engage your core a bit more. So try to have those kind of feedbacks if you don't have anybody with you to coach you. So we're gonna start with the first ELDOA, which will be your L5-S1 ELDOA, so for the very low back. Okay guys, so for your ELDOA L5-S1, you're gonna use just a mat, or you can do it like basically on the floor, but you'll need a wall for sure for this one. So you're gonna start bringing your hips against the wall. You're gonna lie on your side, and from there you're just gonna roll into your back. From there, make sure you bring your sitting bones as close as you can from the wall, so they need to be in contact with the wall. From there, you're gonna put your heels about hips width apart, and you're gonna try to extend the knees as much as you can. So engage your quads, and at the same time you're gonna pull onto your toes. So you're gonna feel nice tension behind your legs and your hamstring. From there, you're just gonna slightly rotate your ankles inside, and that's gonna be your position for the legs. So make sure you're always pulling your toes towards your face, and at the same time with your heels, you wanna try to push your heels towards the ceiling. About the head and the rest of the spine, you're gonna tuck the chin in, and bring your arms above your head, biceps just right next to your ears, but just make sure that your back stay flat here on the floor. And from there, you're just gonna twist your arm in external rotation, extend the fingers all the way, and with your palms, you're gonna be pushing with your palms away from your tailbone. So you're gonna try to create space between your tailbone and your palms. So try to push your arms away from your hips, and at the same time you want to try to push your heels towards the ceiling. Keep the chin tucked in, long spine. Try to imagine there's a rope attached to the top of your head, so you want to imagine somebody is pulling on that rope, so long spine, and you stay there for 1 minute. Nice and deep breaths. And whenever you feel ready, very slowly you're going to release tension from the arm. then from the legs, and very gently from the neck. So one step at a time, you're gonna roll onto your side and come back sitting. So it's normal if you cannot stay there for 1 minute at the beginning. Try to just make sure your lower back is always flat on the floor, and don't forget all those details to position your legs, your head, and your arms, external rotation. So that's your L5, S1 ELDOA. Okay guys, so for your ELDOA T6, T7, which is basically vertebra right at the base of your shoulder blade here, center of the back. Very good ELDOA for desk workers, people who work often at the desk. It's an area that will get very stiff. So that's going to help to open up your posture and release the tension in that area. So you're going to start crossing your legs, sitting, crossing your legs. Make sure you sit on your sit bones, so not on your back or on your tailbone. Make sure you sit on the 2 sit bones. Then you're going to push the knees down. For just the position of the spine, and you show you from the side, just make sure you engage the core a bit. You want to have a flat back here, so you want to avoid having an arch back or a round posture. So flat back for the lumbar spine. Same thing with the thoracic spine, so you want to open up the shoulder, chest out a bit. And from the cervical spine, you want to bring the chin down, move your head back just a bit so you have a nice straight line with your head, your thoracic spine, and your lumbar and your sacrum. So you want to have a very straight line with all those area of your spine. So once that's in place, you want to imagine there's a rope attached to the top of your head and somebody is pulling on that rope. So you want to really focus on lengthening your spine while you're doing this. Last thing is the position of the arms. So you're going to bring arms at the front. You can just have your tip of your fingers touching or hands flat together. If you're beginner, tip of the finger would be perfect. So you want to lift the arms up as high as you can without moving your spine. So you want to keep that very straight posture with the spine. So tuck your chin down, move your head back slightly, open your chest, push with the top of the head towards the ceiling, and bring your arms as close as you can from your ears. So biceps just by the ears here. So you want to imagine also that you have something on top of your fingers. You want to push that thing up towards the ceiling. So try to think about lengthening your spine. At the same time, you want to be pushing those knees down and breathe. Okay, so you stay there for 30 to 60 seconds. Nice and deep breath. Engage your core, don't arch your back. Do not move. Breathe. And whenever you feel ready, lower your arms first, very gently, and your spine after. So it's normal, you feel that posture. It's very technical, so it's difficult to do, it's very challenging. If you feel any pain, that's not normal. But if you feel like it's challenging, it's good, it's normal, it's a posture stretching exercise. And it's very good for you if you feel stiff from your upper back. So that was ELDOA T6, T7. Okay guys, so last ELDOA today is the C4, C5 ELDOA. So it's an ELDOA for your cervical spine. So if you ever have a stiff neck, those are very good. This one is very good to create space into your intervertebral disc, rehydrate and nourish the disc. So you're going to start lying on your back. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest here. Try to keep your knees touching and your ankles touching as well. So the goal of this is to maintain the flat back and the spine, lumbar spine very flat here. So engage your abs and make sure that your back is flat. From there, position of the spine, tuck your chin in, make sure you want to have like a double chin shape. And imagine you have somebody has a string attached to the top of your head, so you want to lengthening the spine. So imagine somebody is pulling on that rope attached to the top of your head. And from there, you're just going to keep that position, keep the chin down. You're going to bring the arm right above your shoulders and rotate in an external rotation. Don't forget extension of the finger and of the wrist on both sides. And from there, last thing you're going to do
is lift your head up from 1 inch off the floor while you keep all that position. So tuck your chin in, double chin, lengthening of the spine. So imagine somebody is pulling on that rope, and also you want to imagine you have a plate onto your palms and you want to push that plate towards the ceiling, but don't move the head, okay? So the head stays 1 inch off the floor. Bring the knees in and try to push your head away from your tailbone. So you want to lengthening the spine. Stay there for 1 minute. It's very challenging. Don't forget to breathe. And whenever you're ready, when you're going to drop the head, you're going to use one hand here to help you to set down the head in control. And then you're going to release the other arm and the legs at the end. So make sure you roll on your back, take your time. When you come back sitting, you might feel a bit dizzy, but just make sure you hold your head with your hand to release the head down. So you're going to feel like a new neck, a fresh neck after that. But if you have any pain, just make sure you stop if you feel a pinch or anything painful for you. So that was your ELDOA C4, C5.